Hi, Steve. I'm just about to start. Thanks for watching. Hi, Vaughn. I'm going to start in just a few minutes. All right, I'm going to get started. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's Kim here with Real Lives with Angry Soccer Mom. The goal of the show is to have an open, honest conversation about racism. And being a white person, I want to try to set an example for other white people so they can do it, because a lot of white people are just terrified to talk about racism, and they don't have to be. It's way past time for white America to get comfortable talking about our own racial history and the truth, and why today we have so much inequality. So today we're going to talk about fake liberals, and I have a lot to say, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think and what you have to say. We all know 1, 2, or 10 fake liberals, and it's because they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And honestly, finding out that a friend is, or even an acquaintance is a fake liberal it's got to be heartbreaking. I know it is for me, and I'm a white lady. I can't imagine what it would be for a person who's in a historically marginalized group. So I definitely want people watching your input and to tell me what you think. I think it's like a slap in the face, really. It's kind of like a slap in the face. I know just after the election, I almost snapped. In fact, I kind of did. I ran into someone who, ran into somebody in town, and they were just so shocked and surprised that Trump had won, and they couldn't believe it. And I kind of wanted to scream, because this is the same person who refused outright to talk to me ever or have any conversation whatsoever about racism or equality. And the reason that they gave was simple. It was because they didn't want to upset anybody. So it was, I left. But I mean, she was dead serious. She couldn't believe it, and she was devastated. And it's just, in general, from my own experience, it's not that these people, they're well-meaning. They don't mean to be. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Anthony. They honestly believe that they're doing the right thing and that they're wonderful. They truly believe they're, helping, and it's kind of, it'll turn all about them once they find out that they're actually being really racist and really hurtful, but they need to be made aware. So this is like the hard part. So if we talk about racism in a kind of a heterogeneous setting, somehow we got to get these white people to get comfortable talking about it, so that they can be, allies and try to help from the bottom up. But I mean, there's a fine line between being a fake liberal and being an overt racist. I'm going to read Vaughn's comment really fast. Could fake liberals also be some of the women from that women's march? Yes, like some of the women there did vote for Trump. Exactly, Vaughn. Yes. In fact, some of my friends, fantastic, that's actually when I was trying to ask people to watch, I was thinking exactly that. The whole, not to get too personal here, but the entire march, it was so exclusive. It wasn't inclusive. It wasn't intersectional, and everyone's wearing these pink pussy hats, and it's like the white women, thanks, Mike. Okay, the white women are like, what? We don't get it. We just don't get it. And I'm not trying to make fun of white women. They truly didn't get it. But not all, are, and I'm not going to say it, but it's just kind of a typical thing. A lot of white women did vote for Trump, and proudly so. And they absolutely had no shame about it, and they didn't understand that you don't go on a women's march and march for equality and then not include all the women, just the white women. So that's a huge issue, and it's enraging. And I know some of my friends of color and some of my white friends they couldn't believe it, how these guys just don't get it. It's all about education. So anyway, in general, my experience with the white people has been, they're well-meaning. They truly just don't get it. And we have to make them aware. And it's going to be painful. It's going to be painful. Jay, I'm going to read what you wrote. Let me just write this. It's sad that we have to help them feel comfortable to discuss. I know. And you know what? And racists don't stop to... Exactly. Racists don't stop to make sure the victim is comfortable. And that is a fantastic point. And I tell my friends continuously, it is not your responsibility. I mean, I tell white people this all the time. It is not your responsibility. It's not their responsibility to make you feel comfortable. I try to explain to them, there's the oppressed person or the historically marginalized person has absolutely no responsibility to use their emotional energy to educate ignorant people. It's not an excuse. It's just not. And Jay, that's a fantastic comment, because my God, they're already putting this is what I put it. The oppressor doesn't get to force the person they're oppressing to teach them. That's on us. And that's just BS. And that's one of the main reasons I'm doing all these things. I'm, trying to have this YouTube channel. I run these groups, these communities online. It's because it's white people's responsibility to teach white people. I mean, there are a lot of really, really nice, just fantastic people of color who they might glean something from teaching, or they might just feel like they want to, or whatever, for whatever reason. And they're amazing. And they have to be patient with these people who, I hate to say it, are screwing with their lives. And some of them don't even know it, but it's, the oppressed is not responsible for teaching, us white folks. So that's a fantastic, it's a really good comment. So I think there's this strange thing with talking about fake liberals, because I don't really want to define it. But there is a really fine line between being a fake liberal and being an overt racist. I mean, unfortunately, the sad thing is that both of them cause damage. Both of them cause the damage, but the people who are being fake, the fake liberals, they think it's like they're doing the right thing. They really, truly, in all their heart, believe that they're on the right side. And that's why education is so crucial. Hello, I don't know if I'll say your name right, Mansoor. Thank you for watching. And I'm just going to say hi to a few people. Hi, Michael. I'm not sure if I mess up your name, you're going to have to talk to me later, because I will be very sorry. Errol, hi, hello. And hey there, thank you. What's up? I'm doing a live show by myself. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just scrolling through, getting used to doing this. But I appreciate people watching. My hope is I want them to see a white person talking about racism, because it's like torture. I once said the word black in a room my kid was gym class, and people basically said, they're like, don't say that. I'm like, don't say black? I mean, literally, they were freaking because I said the B word. So anyway, it's pretty bad. But what I wanted to say before we get started in the actual topic is that some of the people, they mean well, but they have to face the truth that they're going to have to be uncomfortable and hear that they're hurting you, because they do damage. So while you're thinking about maybe examples of times when, you know, even an acquaintance or a person has been a fake liberal to you, and it's really hurt you, or they just don't get it, that they're not helping support equality. They think they are, and that's what's most damaging, is that they think they're helping and they're not. So they're not going to change. They're not going to explore themselves. They're not going to do, you know, an evaluation and think, you know, I really have to delve into who I am as a person and what I am. So it's a lot, and a lot of times they're too afraid to, but it has to happen. It just has to. I'm just going to read a couple more. All right. So while you are thinking of examples, I want to get the ball rolling by highlighting some of the common ones. Now, I have a lot of white friends who have used these, and I've tried to educate them, and some of them have run away and left and just been like, you know, F off basically. And some of them have, you know, taken it to heart kind of and tried to think, and I know it hurts them, but it's time for white America to take some responsibility. And we'll get through it. I got through it. I learned something every single day. Every single day. And I have to explore my own, you know, thoughts and feelings every day. And yeah, I feel like a shit sometimes, but it's worse. It's better than the alternative. So anyway, the first one I want to talk about is, it's an old one, but it still comes up, and they still don't get it for the most part. And it's all lives matter. I hear that continuously, and I actually have to avoid it now because I want to cringe. I'm a white person. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who's not to hear this all lives matter bullshit. Sorry, had to say it. It's like they say stuff like, I'm sorry, it's just saying Black Lives Matter just sounds so racist. And why can't we just say all lives matter? Or at least Black Lives Matter too. I have heard everything. And it's like, saying all lives matter is implying that all lives, saying all lives matter is implying that we're all equally at risk for being harmed or killed or, you know, traumatized from systemic or personal racism. And it's just not true. It's a fundamental lack of understanding of the two worlds that we live in. And it's really sad because I sometimes don't know where to go from there. I mean, what are you going to say? You can't teach them a whole lifetime of understanding in one sitting. It's a toughie. I actually had someone come up to me and say, well, I don't like to say that because, you know, I heard they're a terrorist. I heard they're a terrorist group. Okay, I shouldn't whisper. I'm like, oh my God, it was blonde, white, very white. I mean, I heard they're a terrorist group. I just, of course, you know, I played it off and I just said, you know, actually that's the media, and I tried to explain, but it was in a weird setting, and I couldn't kind of grab her. I could have taken her for an hour and yanked her over and given her a lecture. You know, I feel this responsibility that if I know something, I want to help white people get this. They need to get this. It's not that people of color and black people aren't going to save themselves. They don't need a hero. They don't need a savior. It's just that, my God, you don't just stand there and watch something happen just because you're born into it and do nothing. I mean, just be like, well, I was born into it, so this is the way it is. No, it's not the way it is. It's all made up. It's all fabricated. And it's awful. So the all lives matter, this is kind of the way I look at it. Let me just roll through here for a second. I am getting used to using this, so bear with me, and I appreciate people who are watching. What I say to the white folks who say, you know, all lives matter, come on, like, here's the thing. All lives should matter in an ideal, you know, fantasy world. Of course they should matter. Of course. But they don't. So that's the thing. It's like, it's not your turn. This is a problem for Black Lives Matter and everyone in the community. It's not your turn to get the attention. So I try to explain to them, when the neighbor's house is burning down, and this is an analogy I heard, that house needs the water, not your house a mile away. You don't get to get the water. The burning house gets the water. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but I just think a lot of people are so white-centered, they literally can't. Okay, they just shouldn't even be talking because they don't know enough to even be talking. So I know that sounds harsh, and I don't mean it that way. It's just. Okay, I am reading some more of these. Let me see. Okay. The next one. Sage. Hello, Sage. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Anthony. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tanika. And if I say your name wrong, I am lame. It is me. Correct me. Hi, Latoya. Latoya said, Latanya, excuse me. Latanya said, it brings needed awareness to Caucasians. Thank you. Oh, God, it is my absolute honor. It's the least I can do. I wish I could do more. I have learned so much, and it's about stinking time white America steps up to the plate. Not just is nice to everybody, but actually educates themselves. This is sick. It's, 2018, and my God, Trump's brought out it was always there, but he has brought the sickos out of the closet, and maybe it's for good. But anyway, I'll try to stick to the subject. But oh God, it is totally my honor to do anything I can do. I hate living this lie, and I'm kind of a big mouth. If I wouldn't get arrested, I would go to the tops of the buildings and scream. But anyway, okay, here's the next one for fake liberals. Hi, Vernon. For fake liberals. When someone is getting harassed, when a person of color, a Black person, African American, or an Indigenous person is getting harassed by a racist, and they go tell their white friend, like they're venting, they're upset, they're devastated, it's sick, and their white friend says, "Why didn't you just call the cops?" It's like, I mean, oh my God. They'll say, "Well, that happened to me. Oh my God, I would definitely call the police. I wouldn't put up with that crap for a minute, not 1 minute." Well, see, this just kind of, they don't get it. They, on this incredible fundamental level, they don't get it. I want to be kind of snarky and say, maybe they don't feel like being killed that day. I mean, which isn't probably the nicest thing to say, but I want to say, my God, you just don't get it. And it's really sad. I mean, the studies are totally, they conclude, every one of them, every last one of them, people, African Americans are 2 to 3 times more likely to be murdered, state-sanctioned murdered by police than white people. And it doesn't matter who calls the cops. It really doesn't. It does not matter who calls the cops. It doesn't matter any of that. If we've seen it over and over on video. If you call the police, I'm just going to grab one really fast. Neil, what about the black, okay, that's awesome. Neil says, what about the black man? Hi, Neil, sorry I didn't say hello yet. And hi, Brenda. Thank you so much, Brenda, that's really sweet. What about the black man who saved a young girl on the bus from being raped by that white man? Yep, I remember it. And he got arrested. Classic, thanks, Neil. The classic example. You call the police, and Thanks, Steve. You call the police. I'm sorry. At minimum, they have implicit bias. You know, at maximum, they're basically KKK. You know, sorry, I won't get into it. But, I mean, you call the police. They see a black person. You know, they're nervous. They're coming up. You're the one who made the freaking call. They arrest him right away. They arrest him. Hi, Anna. They arrest him right away. It doesn't, this person is the victim. The victim. It doesn't matter. It's disgusting. In this case, this you know, I guess it was kind of a young, maybe a 18, 19, whatever year old. This man saved her from this very drunk person. And he gets arrested. He called, you know, I don't know who called the police, I can't remember, but he gets arrested. I have heard this, I have friends who've had this happen. It's disgusting. And it just, why don't you call the police? What a joke. Maybe I don't want to be killed, arrested, humiliated, let me see, what else? Terrified, traumatized. It's a whole, the police, that's a whole nother live show. Oh, Anna Mary. Let me just see here. Or the man that choked the little, yes, black boy for allegedly littering and arrested them. Thank you for that example. It's just unbelievable, because a lot of white Americans, they think they're on, you know, we're talking about fake liberals today. And as I said, they are honestly the true definition of ignorance. They truly feel like they're doing the right thing. That's how out of touch from reality they are. They're in their reality, but they're not in anyone else's. And it's just, oh, Steve, I'm going to read what you're saying. Hang on, Steve, I'm going to, hang on one second. So, appropriate, the man at the HOA swimming pool case got terminated by the Steve, are you talking about that when social media, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking, when social media decides to take over, and although things might not be illegal, but just because it's not illegal doesn't mean that social consequences need to be taken, and they're working. I am so fortunate to have such a large section of people that write into me and that send me articles and send me posts and send me, you know, really recent stuff. It's working. It might be one by one and frustrating, but it is working. People are being fired, sanctioned. It's when your government won't do top-down education. Oh, yeah. Steve says, the guy called the cops on the resident. Yes, those are classic, and they fired him. And just please keep it up, everybody. I don't know if everybody gets this many, gets bombarded with this many, videos and results, but I get the results. And I'm telling you, it's working. It's slow, and it should be from top down. Our federal government obviously could easily make this right. But they're not, obviously, they're part of the problem, and they're not going to do it. But the bottom up, it's slow, it's like grassroots, but it's working because people are getting, it's the only way. They believe. It's like, do you love your racist more or your money, your racism? And a lot of people love the racism more. Obviously, Trump supporters who voted against their better interest, they love being racist more than their own freaking money. But people will slowly learn. I love what people on social media are doing to just make it known. You might be doing something legal, but you are not getting away with it. And I love it. I love it. So I'm just reading, Mark, hello. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it so much. It's not even, it's funny. I love teaching this stuff because it's life-changing. If you're white, it will change your life, and hopefully the lives of a lot of people. It's life-changing. You'll never be the same. Once you learn this, you will never be the same. And as you shouldn't be, it's you just have to fight the propaganda of what our governments put out, and what parents and relatives and teachers, and there's just so much to it. But thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it. I'm still learning how to scroll through stuff, and if I skip you, please don't hate me. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway, and I'm doing it because, you know what? I figure, worst case, I'm embarrassed for a half an hour, 40 minutes. I will live through it. But systemic racism, there are people who aren't going to live through it, and they're innocent, and they don't deserve it. So I'm actually, not a great speaker, obviously, but I really, really give a shit. And I'm kind of blunt, and speaking the truth is the least I can do. So I'm going to move on to a couple more classic. Thank you, Neil. Thank you. I appreciate it. Some classic cliches, and some of them, why don't you just call the cops? It's all about education. Vernon, I'm going to read what you have to say first. There we go. Thanks, Vernon. A lot of people say, this is Vernon's comment. A lot of people don't know they're racist. Excuse me for 1 second. There we go. A lot of people don't know they're racist. They just follow a certain ideology without question, which is why, yes, exactly. It's almost like you have to break the news to them, and, there's a whole, exactly. There's kind of an order of operations, and I won't get into it because I've been studying this for a while, studying white people. How and why and how they kind of have this ideology where they literally are living in their own world. It's amazing how they can do that. They can go their entire life living in their own world. And it's time for white America to step up to the plate and educate and make people feel uncomfortable if they have to. And it's not going to kill them. Jennifer, hi Jennifer. I am mixed and my family does not understand that racism is still a problem. Yes, I hear this from my friends and all the time. That's such a great point. They don't get that. You don't get a I'm not racist free card. Actually, Jennifer, I'm going to get to that. That's actually one of the things that I'm going to talk about today. And I'm doing a video on a ton of them. And I think you'll relate. And I hope that the white people can relate too. Anna Marie, because they've never had to think about exactly, yes. Anna, I hope I'm saying it. Anna Mary says, yeah, they've literally never had to think of anyone but themselves and their whiteness. In fact, whiteness is such the norm. Thank you for that comment, Jennifer, by the way. Whiteness is such the norm that we just think it's the way it is, and white is right, and everything else is the other kind of, and it's unbelievable. So I'm gonna move on a little bit for and then there's Jennifer, I hear you. We'll get into that, and that's a whole, that's a whole show in and of itself, is that they say I'm racist. That's like a classic denial that's, in my mind, the white people do it all the time. It's kind of like back talk, like your little kid, you're saying, don't do that, and then they back talk so to pull you from it. Errol, absolutely. I will. You know what? People are gonna have to shut me up. Thank you so much, Errol. They're trying to throw you off. Like, let's not talk about the real issue. You're the bad one. It's like they'll do anything. It's like a kid trying to get out of trouble. They just can't take it. And Tracy, thank you. Yes, America was absolutely built on racism. Started with the near genocide of the indigenous people, and then the cruel, torturous, barbaric chattel slavery. And it is in it is American culture from the very beginning. And white folks need to educate themselves, not watch the media, not watch, the classic like Fox News. They have the news has no obligation to be fair. They have no obligation to tell you the real news. I could go on and on. Hi, Bill. I'm going to stop for you right there. Perhaps us black people, we're not supposed to survive all that we've endured. So now the murders are being made legal. Just a new strategy in the United. I wish I knew. That's, yeah. It seems to me it doesn't matter whenever white America and non-white people start to see a common plight. That's a great common plight together. They start coming together. Something happens to make sure they're separated. And the New Jim Crow, it's a book. It talks about that a lot. If you haven't read it, it talks about this is not an accident. This is not an accident. It's not. And I'm not into conspiracies, and you know, people are like, oh, everything's a conspiracy. Some things actually are a conspiracy. And Americans love their money. And wealthy Americans, the top 1-2%, they benefit from racism. And that's a whole nother live show. But yeah, so I'm going to go into the next ideology or phrase that white people or white folks kind of innocently say, and it's all about them, and I hear them say this, and they say it as a compliment. They say, oh my God, he's the whitest person I've ever met, you know, and they're telling you that, you know, they're telling you at the party, they're saying this to you. If you're a white person, they're saying it to another white person when they're sober. And then after a few drinks at the party, they're saying it to a black person as if it's some compliment or something. It's supposed to be some compliment. They'll say, I've heard something, they'll say stuff like, it's so cool, you're practically not even black, or I'm blacker than you. They think that's funny. Like, they think that's funny. What do you guys think? I mean, that's obnoxious. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie, I'm reading what you wrote. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I can't think of anything else I'd rather do. It's so important. But yes, Vernon, intense, amazing book. Nyan, thank you. Thank you guys. I learn more every single day. I learn more stuff, and I want to share it with all the white people, because not because like, oh, I know stuff, but my God, it's life-changing. All their ideologies were created on lies. Lies. They're all lies. And then they teach their children the lies. And it's like, anyway, I could go on and on. So this insult. Hi, Ginger. Thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So sweet. I cannot explain to you what an insult. I'm insulted by that, and I'm a white person. So, you know, saying you're the whitest, how do I say it backwards? Saying, oh my gosh, you're the whitest black person I've ever met. You don't even seem like other black people. That's obnoxious. You know, yes, Mary, I know. Mary's saying people are not born racist. Children play together. They don't care. They just want to play. We teach them racism. Absolutely. We teach it. And we do a damn good job of it. Even if your parents didn't. Even if your parents didn't. Thanks, Mark. Yes. Mark's saying, yeah, I've heard all these things. And there's like 20 or 30 of them. But I'm going to do when I do my video, I'm going to talk about, I'm just talking about like a couple of them now. But this one, the only time that's a compliment is if you think whiteness is the preferred trait. I mean, that's literally an overtly racist thing to say, and they don't even know it. Robert, you're embarrassing me. Thank you. They don't even know it. And what they're really doing, in my like humble white opinion, is they're making themselves feel better. Like, phew, I thought you were going to be like, you know, like what they think you were going to be like is the classic cliche stereotype, you know? They thought, they're so relieved that you're not a gangster who's a criminal who, you know, is impoverished and uneducated. I mean, it's all just a bunch of baloney. But I'm laughing some of these. Thank you so much. Everyone is, I'm thrilled. I could talk about this continuously. I have no clue what I'm doing with the comments, but I'm learning, so bear with me. Bear with me. Ginger, it's never okay to say, yeah, it's never, okay, I think, oh, thank you, Nan. I'm just me. It's more painful to live and do nothing and just watch this disgust my whole life than to put it out there. I get people criticizing me. I get people calling. I don't care anymore. I don't, because it's so worth it. I just wish I could get to more people and teach them and explain it, because I have this very naive, thank you, Ginger, very naive, weird thing, and it's probably my white privilege. I just think that maybe if they just knew, if they knew all the truth, then maybe they would care. And actually, it's something like, you can't just be nice to everybody. You have to, systemic racism needs to be taken down. It needs to be taken down. It needs to be, you know, it's not something that is a passive thing. And I just wanted to, yeah, and a lot of people, I just saw a comment go by and I'm having a little trouble finding it. Yeah, oh, Kelly, I really feel ashamed of being white a lot of the time. Wish more whites would educate themselves. Yeah, here's the thing with people, a lot of the people say to me that the KKK, I get KKK people coming on and like telling me what I am and what I, you know, giving me their point of view, and they say, you just feel guilty. Maybe I should, but I don't. I don't feel guilty. I'm enraged. This is sick. This is all made up. This isn't real. This is a human construct made up to harm people. And that makes me angry. And I say a lot of that in my next video is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be about fake liberals. I'm not guilty. I'm pissed. I mean, and I hate to hear white people feeling guilty, and because you didn't do it. You were born into it. You were born into a system. And when it kind of turns for me personally is, and okay, I see what you're saying. Anna's saying, or they'll say, you're different than other black people. Right, they have all their different ways to say it. Yeah, you're not the same. In other words, you're not like them. They're differentiating you. You're the special black person. It's disgusting. It's a friggin' insult. Thanks, Kelly. I don't have guilt. I'm pissed. I'm like, this is not the way life's supposed to be. I know it's not. Just, no one told me that, just from my heart. When I was little and I saw it, I was like, this is messed up. I didn't know what it was I was watching, but, and I'm missing a ton of people's awesome stuff, but I don't know why I don't feel guilty, but I'm angry. I feel betrayed by humankind, and it's not about me. So that's why I do this kind of thing. It's not about me. I want to educate people. I just want to educate people. So, oh, George, thank you so much. The next one I'm going to talk about, we just finished talking about what a total slap in the face, you know, liberals who are, they say they're liberal, and they come on and they're like, you're the whitest black person I've, you know, ever seen, and it's all about them. Mark, excuse me, I need glasses. Mark, it's funny to see when some people call me a liberal, like it's supposed to hurt my feelings. Exactly, I know. I get, you're a liberal. I'm like, and? You know? And it's ridiculous. It's supposed to be some insult. It's like, yes, I actually believe in equality. Yes, I actually believe that all groups matter and that no group is allowed to have the benefit of such privilege. Call me a liberal. I mean, it's like, that's the worst thing they can say. My God. It's like, but Mark, I get constantly, you liberal. Like I'm supposed to be like, oh, the pain. It's like, I can't even handle it. But it's not, I just wanted to reiterate, it's not about white people feeling guilty. Guilt doesn't do anything. Guilt just paralyzes you and makes you feel bad. Do something. Don't feel guilty. Educate yourself. I learn something every single day. Nyan, thank you. You're right. It's all about humankind and stopping living the lies. It's so much more painful to live the lie, knowing that living the lie, I'm just observing, just watching it and doing nothing. I'm condoning it. You can't be in the middle. You can't be on the fence. It's not possible. If you're on the fence, you're on the side of the oppressor. And for white folks, that's a concept in and of itself. But there's a lot to it, and that's why I'm doing this. And I want suggestions from everybody. I want to know what the next topic should be. I want this to be interactive, and I promise I will get better. I will get better and better at, reading the comments and just doing all this. This is kind of like learn as I go. Kelly, you're a liberal. It means that I care about humanity. Then yes, I thank you for that. Exactly. Thanks. Yeah. So here's another classic cliche. They don't mean it. They just, if they mean it, then they're not really fake liberals. They're just racist, I guess. Yeah, Jennifer, humanity, period. So, as I said, there's a fine line. Here it is. Here's something that's kind of universal. And a lot of my friends have had this happen. I've seen it happen. And I've probably done it maybe once or twice a long, long time ago. And yeah, but I'm learning every single day. They'll come up to you and say, upon meeting, when a black person meets a white person, or a white person meets a black person, the white person has this need, this strong need to say, well, my cousin's stepbrothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, sister knew someone who was black once, so I'm good with it. They basically get a little exaggeration, but it sounds like they'll say, they're trying to tell you their connection to being in a historic marginalized group or their experience. They want you to know they're the good ones. They're the good guys. And it's not really for you though, it's for them. Honestly, I don't think it's for them. And I could be wrong and I don't know everybody, but you don't need to explain that you've dated black men. Or black women. You don't need to explain that you have a black friend. That's majorly cliche. You don't need to talk that you're 1/200th non-white. You don't need to do that. I don't know that black Americans or people of color will ever trust white folks. I don't know, and I don't blame them. Who could blame them? It's no way. A couple centuries is a long ass time to not have white people step up to the freaking plate, not to be a savior, not to be the hero, but to be a human. Just to be a human and say, I was born into this, I see it, and I will not stand and do nothing while I watch my fellow humans be destroyed by a fake system. It's all made up. It's a human construct. Nyan, you don't have to, exactly. I think I know what you mean. You do not need to justify who you are. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So what I kind of, this is my own opinion, what I think is you don't force someone to be this, oh, you're one of us. It doesn't work anyway. So white folks need to not do that. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. I don't know why, but for me, I feel embarrassed. Oh God, they did not just say that. I'm embarrassed. But just treat people the way you treat anybody who's white. Stop with this uptight defensiveness of my sister's cousins, brothers, whatever, stop it. Stop it. Nothing you do is going to prove that you're one of the good guys anyway. And that's my white opinion, very opinionated opinion. Nothing's going to, that's just going to make you sound defensive and kind of racist. The only thing that I think works is, and this is again my opinion, behavior over time. You show yourself. You show yourself to be a trustworthy ally. I'm going to read right there. We're in the century of self, and people are infected with this Dunning-Kruger effect. Yes, 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 yes. And bystander syndrome. Anna, Dunning-Kruger, I'm going to do a whole live show on that. And I hope you're there because it's huge. Absolutely fantastic. Nyan, so people will, right, Nyan saying, so that people will approve you or accept you. It's kind of pathetic when they do it, and I've seen that people do it all the time, and they're not trying. This is the crazy part. They're not trying to hurt you. Mark says, treat others the way you want to be treated. Exactly. And Sean, let's just make progressive Democrats make sure progressive Democrats are sent. Oh my God, yes. Sent to Congress. Thanks, Sean. Robert saying, as a musician, I found music to be a universal language, and yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you can't be, this is kind of off topic a little bit, but you can't be a fake liberal. A lot of times, oh, they love the culture, they love the music, they love the food, and this isn't just for, you know, African Americans, it's everybody. They love the dress, they love the hair, they don't love the person, and that's messed up. That's not being liberal. That's being a selfish, you know, a selfish, ignorant, uneducated person. So definitely, music is a very common unifier. I think so too. So my next, God, I'm so happy people are commenting. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. The next kind of cliche thing that well-meaning white people do is they, when they meet a black person whose name is not is Anglo, is that, yes, knowledge, Jamarcus, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, don't hate, Jamarcus, yes, knowledge is, I found that to be, knowledge truly is power. It's like, no, knowledge and education has changed my life, and I think understanding our racial history and the truth about America is life-changing for white people. Life-changing. It's so much for the better. Oh my God, living the lie. It's disgusting. It's sick. But anyway, I could go on and on, and I do. So here's my next one, and this is, I'll just say it. You'll know exactly, I hope you know what I'm talking about. When you meet somebody maybe at work or something, and they have a name tag, and their name isn't Anglo, and you've maybe never heard of that name, or you're not sure how to pronounce it, you say, oh wow, I love your name, that's so unique. And this is one of my favorites because it is like a white person, like a deer in headlights. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, more like they're thinking, oh crap, 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 I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I wonder if they think I'm racist. If I say it wrong, they're gonna think I'm racist, I can't pronounce it, what do I do, you know? I'm telling you, in their head, they're like freaking. And so then they're like, I'll compliment it. I'll compliment it, and hopefully, maybe they'll say it in the intro. So I mean, it's like, and then it just, how about saying, hi, nice to meet you. How do you pronounce your name? Like you would to anybody? And then they'll like tell you. So it's, in my very, very white, kind of arrogant, kind of entitled, kind of privileged opinion, I feel like white America needs to delve into themselves. And that sounds selfish, but very specifically, they need to figure out who they are with regards to at what point they are in the anti-racist continuum. And that's going to take some pain. And like I said before, people of color, they don't need our saving. They're going to save themselves, and they're doing a damn great job at it. But what the heck? So white people are supposed to sit and observe, or worse, make sure that, you know, they oppress them further? We were born into this. doesn't mean you sit and watch and do nothing. It doesn't mean you accept that this social construct is just the way it is and it's just the way it's going to go. Get yourself, white people, get uncomfortable. It won't kill you. But collectively, not doing so is killing people. It's destroying lives, destroying quality of life, peace of mind. It's killing people. And that's why I talk about racism continuously. Because it's not right. It's not fair. It's made up. So I am going to look for any more questions. Thank you so much. Anybody who's, lasted this long, thank you so much for listening. And if you like this discussion, please share it with anybody who needs it so it can get to the, I hate to say it, like get to the white people. I don't have a ton of white people left on my social media. Long story, like maybe 10 live shows worth, but I would never. But Sean, that phenomenon of being uncomfortable with unfamiliar names exposes the effects of white, yes. I'm reading what he says. Being uncomfortable feels inferior, and we are not good with, yes. It's almost like a self-esteem issue. Thank you, Sean. Exactly. Like, you're going to survive. You're going to feel bad. But in the end, oh my God, it's life-changing. You can help change the world one person at a time. Educate all your friends. Educate your children. Oh my God. Educate your children. Teach them the truth. Don't let them fall for that propaganda and whitewashed history. Teach them the real, true history. You didn't do it, but it's our history. And most white folks don't know their own history. I mean, not even close. And what they're doing is they're destroying others because of it. They're destroying others. Kelly, it's so, oh my God, they get so defensive. They're so hurt. And something I will talk about at some point is kind of like the order of operations. And again, it's not the responsibility of people of color, black people, indigenous people to teach the oppressor. My God, that's why it's white folks, step up to the freaking plate. It's way past time. It's way past time. It's time for white America to give a shit, educate themselves, and then educate every single person you know. You know? It's going to happen from the bottom up. And these are our fellow humans. This is the least they deserve. They deserve equality and equity, and this is the minimum white America can do. It's not a favor. It's called being human. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching this. My next video is going to be all about this subject of well-meaning but very, very off-base fake liberals who just, there's a ton of things they say, and we got to get them to actually really support equality, not just feel like they are, because they might as well be on the side of the oppressor, because that's what they're doing. If you like my videos or like the live shows, please subscribe to my Angry Soccer Mom YouTube channel. I'm trying to get, the more people you get, the more, YouTube has a formula. I don't really know what it is. I should, but I don't. I need to get this to the white people, which is my hardest goal, because they, thank you, Mark. Thanks. I'm not a professional, obviously. I am just a person who truly, truly cares, and this isn't the way life's supposed to be. I know it from my heart. I've known it since I was a little kid. This is not the way life's supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Oh, if you know somebody, thank you, Kelly, thank you, Mark. If you know somebody who is an activist or really, really passionate about something that they want to talk about, or thanks, Neil, I appreciate it. Have them personal message me on social media, on Facebook, or on Angry Soccer Mom. Tell me what they're thinking. I tend to talk a lot and never shut up, you might have noticed. And what I really want is people to come on each show, people who are in this. Thank you, Sean, for Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I want women. I want women of color. I know some amazing people. I can't wait to have them. And I'd rather be kind of in the side a little bit, but, and I want white people to listen, and I know white people are going to watch and feel, I know I'm going to get this. Oh, you're so mean to white people. You're so horrible. You're so cruel. You're trying to guilt us out. I can't make someone feel guilty, okay? If you know you're doing all you can and you're educating yourself and you're putting yourself out there and trying really hard to force yourself to be uncomfortable a little bit, force yourself to think about who you are and who you want to be. I can't make you feel guilty. Enough with the guilt. Do something. Do something. Don't just sit and feel guilty. Do something. And that's all anyone can ask for. Thank you so much. I am thrilled with people's questions and comments, and I will see you hopefully, next Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern, and we'll have a whole nother topic. And if you like this and feel like it's getting people to talk, then please share it. And I promise I'll get better at this, okay? I agree, and I will never shut up about how wrong racism. Thank Kelly, that's awesome. All right, thank you subscribe. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. And I want everyone's input, okay? See you next time. Thanks. And watch out for my video coming out. It's gonna have every one of them, I think. All right, bye-bye.